This WQED education podcast is made possible by the Ready to Learn Initiative, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and listeners like you. Thank you.
Welcome, parents and caregivers, to our World of Work Caregiver Companion episode. In this short episode, we will explore ways that we as adults can help to encourage career curiosity in children and support their blossoming interests through a panel discussion. This season, we are once again joined by Leanne Kruger, a kindergarten teacher working in the Pittsburgh Public School District, and Elaine Volpe, Youth Services Director at the Bethel Park Public Library. Welcome back, Leanne and Elaine.
I'm Elaine Volpe. I'm the head of youth services at the Bethel Park Public Library. I've been here at the library for over 20 years and running the department for a little over 10.
Hi, everybody. I'm Leanne Kruger. I'm a mom of two boys, ages 12 and 9 currently, and I am a kindergarten teacher at Beechwood Elementary, which is located in the Pittsburgh Public Schools.
Financial literacy can be such a difficult topic to discuss, but Joe, our financial advisor, has given us a lot to think about. How can we help to promote the importance of financial literacy and teach children money management skills?
Well, for me, because math was never my forte, I actually had math anxiety for quite a while, but it is such an important and everyday skill that we need to have that I think from an early age, maybe we make it fun and just finding different ways to teach financial literacy in a fun way. We are doing an upcoming program here at the library where kids can make handmade gifts for the holidays, but we're going to have pretend money for them that they will get a set amount at the start of the program, and they actually have to buy their supplies, right? So we're teaching them budgeting, addition and subtraction, but they're going to have a lot of fun at this holiday mart creating, but they're also going to be learning math skills as well, because they're going to have to use this play money in order to purchase the supplies, make their thing, get it gift wrapped. So, and that's something that parents can do at home too. So it's something as simple as playing grocery store or restaurant at home and actually having the child count out the money and pay you for the food or for the services can be something that's so simple but so helpful too.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that idea of that play-based learning. It is all fake money, but it's teaching real skills, right? So just that idea that play can really help to teach some of these very important life skills, I think is important to remember just how important play is.
In the classroom, having imaginative playtime and having, I have a couple of little cash registers in the classroom. So they'll just grab a little notepad and they'll pretend like they're a waitress taking someone's order or working at the grocery store and collecting money for what things cost. So there are really fun ways to incorporate that financial literacy into play and help them learn the importance of that exchange of money or saving of money and things like that.
And I think about with my son too, we do an allowance, he gets birthday money or he gets, money for helping out around the house or just, whatever he's collected it for. Sometimes he gets money for a goal from, scoring a goal in soccer from his grandfather, but that money that he has, and, there are things that he wants. And so we talk about the ways that he can spend his money. Like, oh, you have $20, you can spend all of it on this one thing, or we could save it for this bigger thing that you've been wanting and asking for months. So just that idea of spend or save, making those choices about money, I think is important too, that you could do with fake money through play, or you could do with real money for any money that your child might have earned, and just teaching them what it's like to make choices in a real life store and how once that money's gone, it's gone. You have to kind of understand the finality of it too.
Yeah. And just understanding the value of earning the money and making choices of how to spend it, because as a child, you're so used to your grown-ups doing those things for you or buying those things for you. So giving them an opportunity to really stop and think, oh, this is how much money I have. What am I choosing to do with it? Hopefully that will help the kids to understand, we also have a set limit of money. So when we're to be purchasing things for our children, we have to make those decisions too. So it's a way for the kids to sort of understand it sort of is a big deal in making decisions of where your money is going to go and how you're going to spend it.
For grownups who might be struggling with financial literacy themselves, what resources do you know of that you could suggest or any advice that you might provide?
So again, coming back to the library, there are certainly books that you can read together. We do have books on financial literacy, and then we do often try to host programs where we have a banker come in or somebody who can talk about budgeting. And we do this mostly for like tweens and teens, but I don't think it's a bad idea at all to start it at a younger age. So certainly, again, to explore your community resources, visit your public library. There are resources out there for you to find, and your librarian can connect you with them.
I've actually recently made some connections with some of the community colleges in the area, and a lot of community colleges offer resources like this as well for free. Some school districts are moving towards certain programs like this for parents. There's a lot of community agencies out there that can help parents who might be struggling in this area of life and can help to provide them with some resources that can help to set them on a better pathway and help to teach their children as well. This particular career pathway relies strongly on mathematics and analysis skills. I think of my own child who often says when we're doing math homework, when am I ever going to do this again? So how can we help kids to practice these skills in ways that don't feel like something that they'll never use again?
I know that for a while there, when I would take my kids grocery shopping with me, we would try to guess what the total was going to be of the bill. And then then we'd all have our guesses and we all figured out who was closer. So, estimating, rounding, there's ways to incorporate those in there, or even sitting down with the grocery bill and adding up different things that you purchased. I think there's different ways to incorporate the math skills into the everyday life. I know it's hard and some of those math skills are really higher level, but there are ways that you use them in your everyday life.
For sure. We did something similar. You said like estimating the grocery bill, right? We had a jar in our kitchen where we put our spare change, and we would do the exact same thing, right? When it came time to empty that jar and count it all up, we all made our prediction as to how much, like what that total was going to be. So yeah, again, just making it fun and turning it into a game.
Yeah, I think definitely turning it into a game, making it fun, but also pointing out like, this is what you're learning in math right now, and we just used it in real life. So making those direct, this is real life math application, bringing their attention to it. I think that it might curtail some of the grumbling that happens during math homework time when they realize that they do use those skills in everyday life, and they will continue to as they grow.
Definitely. Yeah, just pointing it out. Again, like we were in the kitchen, you're measuring, you're using the math skills there. So yeah, just pointing it out and making them aware, making that connection for them.
Absolutely. For kids who like mathematics and excel at it, how can we help to expose them to careers that tap into their strengths?
Again, books and getting them just to talk to as many people as possible. I mentioned how my son didn't know a whole lot of the business end of it, but he wasn't afraid to ask questions and reach out to folks so that he could learn it. So I think just putting kids in touch with the people who are currently in those careers and can maybe give them more information, kind of guide them, is something that's simple, but that could be a huge help, getting them to talk to as many people as possible.
Yeah, and I think helping them to understand that, okay, you think of a career where mathematics is used, so maybe you think accountant or banker or even an architect who has to measure, for building things, but mathematics is used in so many different careers. So I think just having that sort of broader vision and making sure kids understand you will use math in many, many different types of jobs.
Absolutely. And just continuing to point it out and to be direct, because I think that's the best way that our children really do learn just how big the world of work is, and also what exactly is out there that they could someday maybe really find their niche in. Whether they like to look at baseball cards, there's statistics on there. A statistician, that's a math job. Drawing those connections, just making it visible to kids really help them to learn what different pathways they can take when they're older.
Thank you for listening to this panel discussion supporting another episode of our series, The World of Work. Thank you to Leanne and Elaine for joining us and for shedding light on new ways that we can prepare our children for bright futures. Until our next adventure in the world of work, I'm Jennifer Ford signing off. Bye-bye now.